everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Well, that can't end badly at all.
Today we're going to be continuing our Summer Sweeps weeks with two shows that appeared on Amazon Prime. One brand new show and one show that everybody I know who was a fan of it was excited to get back and watch the third season, and that's where we're going to begin. We're going to start with Rachel Brosnahan returning for the third season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. And if you are not watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, you have no idea what you are missing out on. This is a show that is laugh-out-loud funny, but I also love how it captures Jewish life in the late 1950s, going into the 1960s, but also showing what was going on in the world of stand-up comedy and how politics and race relations really evolved throughout this time period. And we saw some true friendships being made, especially when it comes to the tour that Midge was on. We also got Sterling K. Brown in this season, and my God, he is such a fantastic actor. I do not watch This Is Us, but I remember him in Black Panther. He is definitely one of the most talented, most charismatic actors in the entertainment world today, and I really am wondering when he's actually going to get a movie or a television show that he is actually the headlining name for, because he truly deserves it. But there are just so many moments that happen in this season that are definitely going to make you laugh. I mean, I love the whole thing with Joel opening up his new club in Chinatown. I love the episode where Midge is making all of this money on radio advertisements, and some of the ads that she has to do, I had to rewatch those scenes like 5 times because they just made me laugh so hard. And don't even get me started how awesome Alex Borstein is again as Susie. But there's also some very interesting things that happen in the show, especially involving Midge's father, because of the fact that he starts befriending some younger people who are part of a socialist movement. So definitely some interesting things happening, and I'm really curious to see how the show is going to continue to evolve in the 4th season, because now we are actually heading into the 1960s, and that is definitely a real changing point in all of America's history. And the next show that we're going to be talking about is Hunters, starring Logan Lerman and the great Al Pacino. So the story of this show was definitely one that got me intrigued. Imagine that it's the 1970s and there is a underground vigilante force that is hunting down Nazis that have fled Nazi Germany after World War II, and now they're making themselves comfortable in America, and sometimes they are actually going into the systems to manipulate them for their own personal gain. And then we've got this old Holocaust survivor who is played beautifully by Al Pacino, and he takes up this young boy, Jonah, who just lost his grandmother, and says, you can be part of this organization that puts a stop to hatred. It is without a doubt one of the most interesting shows that I've ever seen. There's definitely some very uncomfortable things that you will see, some that are even controversial, but I think also one of the highlights of this show is Josh Radnor. Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother is in this show, and my God, does he have a completely different personality than his usual from How I Met Your Mother. He is the comedy relief of this show. He is brilliant. His timing is fantastic. So glad to see him back on television again. Hunters is definitely a show that is not for everybody, but I wouldn't be surprised if fans of Logan Lerman from movies like Percy Jackson and The Perks of Being a Wallflower would flock to see this show. I mean, I know Al Pacino fans would love to see him hard at work, but there is also a very interesting ending to this show that is definitely going to make your skin crawl for better or for worse. But what it will do is it will make you very interested for a second season. So that's it, everybody. 2 shows on Amazon Prime. If you got them, I highly recommend that you check them out. And I'd really like to know your thoughts, so put your comments in the box below, and I will see you in the next one.
What the hell did you trade Jay Buhner for? He had 30 home runs and over 100 RBIs last year. He's got a rocket for an arm.
Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.